awakening. Stunning health recoveries. 100% cure for depression, insomnia, asthma, fatigue, chronic pain, insecurity, panic attacks, and other major disorders. Awaken the Kundalini Shakti, the dormant energy within. What would you do if you had 1300% more energy? Disease-free mind and body is your first wealth. Claim it at Inner Awakening. Inner Awakening, a 21-day meditation retreat with rare living incarnation, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Nithyananda Dhyanapita, Nithyananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru, Karnataka. Contact
0802 727 9999.
Email ia@nithyananda.org.
Nithyanandeshwara Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Today, Somavara. All the devotees, disciples, ashramites, followers, everyone will. I request everyone to live on liquid diet today. Just some juice or buttermilk or milk. Every Somavara will take it as a day of completion and enriching. We'll start our day. We will start our day, our week with enriching. So all the devotees, disciples, even if you are not doing Nirahara Samyama, today you will live in liquid diet till tomorrow morning Satsang. Every Monday, traditionally, once sun sets, you can eat. I think you can follow the same thing. You don't need to wait till tomorrow morning Satsang. Till the sunset. A day is considered from sunrise to sunset in Vedic tradition. So, after the sunset, you can have what you want to. But whole day you will be having only liquid diet or nothing. Maybe all the people from North America, you can do it from Monday morning to Monday evening. That's all. In North America, even in the night, if you don't eat, that's a fasting. Because their food habits have become so bad. All right. Today's subject for Nitya Satsang is enriching. I'll expand on enriching. Please understand, one of the main reasons why human beings suffer, they constantly think about themselves, which is a wrong cognition. Please listen. You create a very wrong, inadequate cognition about yourself. Like, I am the victim in the life, I am gone, everyone is there to destroy me, everyone is my enemy. Some inadequate or wrong cognition you create about yourself, and go on thinking about the same whole day in and day out. That is the main reason why you suffer. Please understand. The stand you take about you, the inadequate cognition or wrong cognition gets more and more strengthened. Please listen, gets more and more strengthened by you thinking more and more based on that self-center. You can be self-centered if your self is in the right cognition. If your self is established, if you have a right cognition about yourself, you can be self-centered, nothing wrong. But unfortunately, you have inadequate and wrong cognition. Based on that cognition, you go on being self-centered. That is where the problem starts. Please listen. You have a wrong cognition or inadequate cognition about yourself. From that cognition, you go on be self-centered. It is like there is one bad cell, cancerous cell in your body, but you infuse all your energy and growth, everything around that cell. What will happen? One cell becomes cancer. Same way, one wrong cognition or inadequate cognition, if you go on thinking about that, from that self-centered, you become self-destructive. The way you walk, talk, live, think, everything is corrupted. Please listen. Selfishness, self-centeredness is one of the biggest disease with which Indians, especially Hindus, are suffering. Please internalize. Self-centeredness is not wrong if you have an adequate cognition, right cognition about yourself. But it is terribly wrong, seriously wrong, if you have inadequate cognition, wrong cognition about yourself. I have a story. There is this good old barber in a city in US. One day, a florist goes to him for a haircut. When he is about to pay the barber replies, "I am sorry, I can't accept any money from you. I am doing community service." The florist is so happy and leaves the shop. Next morning when the barber goes to open his shop, there is a thank you card and a dozen of roses waiting at his doorstep, sent by the florist. This event is repeated few times. The florist comes, gets a haircut, tries to pay. This guy says, "No, I won't accept money, I am doing community service." The next day the florist will send rose flowers and a thank you note. This event repeated till an Indian software engineer goes for a haircut, maybe working in Microsoft. After the haircut, when he tries to pay him, the barber tells him, "I am sorry, I cannot accept money from you. I am doing community service." The next morning, when the barber opens his shop, what do you think will be on the steps? Dozen Indians waiting for a free haircut. Please understand. No, it is true. Come on. Don't try to be offended. Even if you are offended, truth is the truth. I will not go because I don't want a haircut. I have decided to grow the long hair. Otherwise, if I have the habit of haircut, even I will try to go there. That is the way we are brought up. What to do? That is the way we think. What to do? Really? मनुष्य की सबसे बड़ी समस्या है कि वो कोई अनुचित या गलत संज्ञान बनाते हैं और लगातार पूरे दिन वही सोचते रहते हैं। यही पीड़ा का जड़ है। स्वयं के बारे में गलत संज्ञान रखकर स्वार्थी होना या आत्म केंद्रित होना, यही गलत है। एक गलत संज्ञान के बारे में यदि आप सोचते रहेंगे, आप स्वयं का विनाश करेंगे। यदि आपको स्वयं के बारे में सही संज्ञान है, तो स्वार्थी या आत्म केंद्रित होने में कुछ गलत नहीं है, किंतु आप अधिकतम बार स्वयं के बारे में गलत संज्ञा रखते हैं। इसीलिए मैं कहता हूँ, स्वार्थ एक बहुत बड़ा रोग है जिससे भारत और विशेष रूप से हिंदू लोग पीड़ित है। First thing, you have to get out of the cancer you built inside you, the self-centered thinking. The one and only way you will get out of this self-centered thinking is enriching. Please listen. Chaitanya, one of the great devotee and a great incarnation who created the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, in his verses he beautifully describes, O Krishna, you are the nectar with which I can break the poisonous effect. I can break the poison I took, which constantly functions based on I. Kabir, one of the great saints from North India, he sings in his couplets, the life-centered I is the hell. The life-centered you is heaven. Ramakrishna gives a very beautiful story. The beauty of Ramakrishna is, he will give such a village examples which you can literally see your next door every day. Ramakrishna is the man who talks in the language of next door. Like how the heroes and heroines become very popular only if they have the next door girl, next door boy look. Same way, Ramakrishna is a great orator because all his stories are next door language, which you can hear Around, all his examples are next door languages, next door examples. He gives a very beautiful example. A calf, it shouts, hum, hum, means me, me. So it is beaten, made to work in the agriculture field, and tortured till death. After death, in the leather, the skin, they will make the drum. If you beat the drum, that will say, tuhi, tuhi, tuhi. Till you start changing the tone from me, me, me to you, you will be tortured. If you understand Bengali only, you can understand this example. It's a very beautiful example. As long as you think, go on thinking, me, 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 you will be tortured. Tortured to death. You will experience or you will live in hell. One guy told his woman that he loved her so much that he would go through hell for her. They got married and now he is going through the hell. Same way, as long as you think me, 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 life is hell. I tell you, the one and only solution, whether it is your problem of having a headache or your problem of relationships, your problem of poverty, your problem of feeling alone, your problem of feeling discontent, or even if your problem is, what is this, I am not getting enlightened or I am not having any extraordinary mystical powers, the only solution for all these problems is enrich. Enrich yourself and others, I tell you. When you start enriching, you will have extraordinary miracle powers with you. Please understand, with my integrity, authenticity, and responsibility I am talking to you. As a person who is born with Ashtama Siddhis, please listen. I am talking in a national channel and an international web channel. I am uttering the words very responsibly. As a person who is born with Ashtama Siddhis, I tell you, the science of Siddhis is enrich others. Whenever I did not enrich others, these powers did not express through me. Whenever I was in integrity, I was authentic about enriching others with no incompletions, only enriching, I have seen all these Ashtama Siddhis playing through my body. I tell you, with authenticity, with integrity, enrich others. I promise, please understand, I promise with my integrity and authenticity, all the Ashtama Siddhis, the 8 great miraculous powers will play through you, will express through you, will dance through you. I am not talking out of ego or pride or boasting or claiming. If a man who has a two-wheeler, if he says, I have a four-wheeler, it is boasting. A man who has a four-wheeler and using it every day for his life, if he says, I have a four-wheeler, it is not boasting. It is introduction. Not only I have it, I am using it every day. I am playing with it every day. So I am not boasting or claiming. Please understand, I am explaining the science. Just yesterday, one of my sannyasini, she was asking, why so casually you play with powers, Swamiji? How casually you play with powers? I told her, Arey, I just wanted to tell the world, I just wanted to prove the world. The masters like Shankara, Ramanuja, Jnanasambandar, Kapila, all their stories are not imagination. Because yesterday I was seeing a talk show. There was a Muslim lady and Hindu man and another one atheist guy. They were all discussing about the importance of mother, the love for mother, and how the mother relationship molds us. It was a nice discussion. Each one of them are giving what their religion teaches about the relationship with mother and mother's importance. The mother relationship. When a Muslim lady was describing, she was so beautifully, such a clarity. She did not have a one line doubt about what Muhammad did, what Muhammad said. And she is describing some of the extraordinary, mystical, miraculous happenings from Muhammad's life. She was not apologetic about it. She was very clear. Somebody goes and asks Muhammad that where is the heaven? Muhammad says it is in your mother's feet. And she continues to explain. Nowhere I saw any apologetic tone. But there was a Hindu. This guy is describing the relationship Shankara had with his mother. He is telling all the stories. And then he says that Shankara went and did last rituals for his mother. So he was describing the story to explain the importance of mother relationship. Then he comes to the part of that story where Shankara created the fire out of the sound, mystically using his miraculous powers, and called the Agni and offered the body. Immediately he says, this may be imagination. I just thought, God, see, I commit with Veda Mata, with all these great masters. It's my responsibility to remove the self-doubt pattern from the collective Hindu consciousness. Of course, it is not that person's mistake. It's our mistake. We did not continuously create people who will cause miracles to give trust. Or we created more media, abusal. We allowed this Western media to enter into our inner space, in our bedrooms, and abuse us left and right, and put a self-doubt inside us. In this context, I was talking to one of my sannyasini that time. Only then I said, now do you understand why I have to go on showing different spiritual powers and siddhis to the world? It is just to tell the people, when I do, I am not glorifying me, I am glorifying all the masters and removing the doubt from you, all that was a story or imagination. I will continue to play with all the Ashtama Siddhis just to prove Vedic tradition and the great masters of the Vedic tradition were authentically great beings played with miracles and mystical powers. Their stories, lifestyle, incidents are not imagination. This guy went on to explain another one great saint from Tamil Nadu, Pattinatthar. His life, again, in the Pattinathar's life also, there's an incident where his mother dies and he goes and invokes the Agni, and immediately Agni comes and he offers the mother's body. This guy describes that whole thing. This guy believes those songs are true. They are originally composed by Pattinatthar, but he does not believe the fire came and the saint's mother's body was burned. It was so unfortunate. I may not be the reason, but I take the responsibility to remove the self-doubting pattern with Hindus. Self-doubting pattern with not just common Hindus or practicing Hindus, even with the Hindu leaders, Hindu social leaders or Hindu spiritual leaders or Hindu religious leaders have this self-doubting pattern. Some of them have some yogic powers, but they are afraid that they will get diverted from the signs of enlightenment. I tell you, that is why this time I came down having enlightenment and Ashtama Siddhis. And I will continue to play with all these Ashtama Siddhis just to tell the world my masters are real. The powers and the energies they demonstrated, they played with are real. They are not imagination or stories. We Hindus have become like many people living in one body. If you are one person in one body, you can live as a large joint family. If you are many person in one body, you can only live as a small, broken, single families. Because already too many people are living inside you. How can you live as a giant family? Please understand. When one person is in one body, you can live as a large giant families. But in one body you are broken and 20 fellows are living inside. Naturally, so much crowd, so much noise, so much shouting and fighting with each other. You can only live as a small families. I have a story. Women are unpredictable. Before marriage, she expects a man. After marriage, she suspects the same man. And after death, she respects the same man. Expect, suspect, and respect. It's unfortunate. This is the lifestyle. I'm not talking only about women and men also. I can say the other way. Men are unpredictable. He expects and expects and suspects and respects. I can say after death, respects big time because of the liberation he got. Human life is so powerful. Human life I can say the whole God is embedded in the form of potentiality in human life. Please understand, your every action, if it is based on enriching, can express God in it, miraculous powers in it. God is not remote, it is immediate. It's unfortunate this word God is destroyed by that remote meaning of some old man with a long beard sitting in some remote heaven or hell. If he is sitting in a remote place, even if it is heaven, it is useless hell. It is immediate. God is immediate. Divine is immediate. Please understand, make your life, make your thinking make your action, make your words based on enriching. Continuously enrich people. Life is for others. Life is for enriching. Enriching is life. When you enrich others, be very clear, you are constantly getting enriched. You are constantly getting enriched. Enriching yourself and enriching others is the main truth, an important sacred secret for achieving the ultimate. Because any new philosophy, new truth, new idea, when you start living, you will have excitement. But after a few days, the excitement will go away, the inspiration will go away. That is the only reason why again and again and again no philosophy works for you. No principle works for you. Because in every principle and philosophy you lose the faith, you lose trust, you lose inspiration. Enriching yourself and others is the only way to bring that inspiration back, strength back. I have a one-liner. When a man opens the door of his car for his wife, you can be sure of one thing, either the car is new or the wife. Please understand, in your life also, when something is new, you have inspiration, you have excitement. But when that is lost, when that inspiration is lost, when that excitement is lost, life is destroyed. Enriching, constantly enriching yourself and others, constant enriching of yourself and others awakens your system. You transform yourself and others. You transform. Please listen. You transform yourself and others. Come to the space of listening. Don't miss these words. Enriching. When you are constantly talking to others about these great tattvas, principles of integrity, authenticity, responsibility, constantly you are enriched, you are strengthened. You become embodiment of those principles again and again. The tantric literatures of Hinduism describes 5 genders. Child, no gender. Only possibility for a gender. That's a child. Second, female. The Hindu tantras give importance to female. Female are considered as first gender or more possible. Even the child, when human beings are born, always female gender will be 1% higher in the population also. Of course, in India the problem is the female children are killed, that is the reason number is less. But in actual cosmic happening, it will always 1% high on the female side. Third, the male gender. Fourth, transgenders, gay or lesbian, or sometimes it is only a psychological orientation, sometimes it is the psychological orientation, when it becomes so strong, it becomes even physiological change. Sometimes physiological change is caused by external interventions like a surgery, herbs, chemicals and all that. Fifth, transcendental gender. Please listen. Child, no gender, or possibility for any gender is there. Child, female, male, transgender, transcendental gender. These 5 are clearly described in our tantric tradition. When you decide to keep your kundalini high, established in the peak possibility, you become transcendental gender. Please listen. Enriching yourself and others raises to that level where you become transcendental gender. Sometimes people are afraid. Oh, if I become transcendental gender, what will happen? Will my marriage break? Will my this break, that break? Why are you so afraid? Already your marriage is breaking your life. Something which breaks your life, if it breaks, what is there? You should be happy about it. Anyhow, now I am not promoting breaking the marriage and all that. But don't carry unnecessary fears. which is not required. I tell you, if you live in the transcendental gender body, at least for a second you will understand what I call Jivan Mukti. Liberated while you are in the body. I tell you, please understand, being in the body of the transcendental gender is not pride, it's a joy, it's a liberation, it's an experience, it's a taste. Life feels very cool. I tell you, continuously enrich yourself and enrich others. You will see extraordinary, miraculous powers expressing through your body. You reach the space of transcendental gender because your whole Kundalini will be continuously alive. Whenever you enrich others, you will be enriched. Whenever you are in the space of enriching, your Kundalini will be alive. When your Kundalini is alive, up, you will be in the space of transcendental gender. You will be liberated while you are in the body. With this, I'll move to the next segment of the morning satsang. निराहार संयमा आज की सत्संग का सार है, मैं आप हिंदी में दूंगा। संत कबीर बहुत सुंदर रूप से गाते हैं, जो जीवन मैं पर आधारित है वो नरक है, जो जीवन आप पर आधारित है वो स्वर्ग है। चाहे आपकी जो भी समस्या क्यों ना हो, चाहे वो भय हो या अकेलापन या जीवन मुक्त ना होने की पीड़ा, सभी समस्याओं के लिए एक ही समाधान है, लगातार लाभान्वित करते जाइए। फिर आप देखेंगे कि आप असाधारण सिद्धियां प्राप्त करेंगे। मैं आपको वचन देता हूँ कि यदि आप लगातार संपूर्ण श्रद्धा और उत्तरदायित्व में स्थिर होके अन्य लोगों को लाभान्वित करेंगे तो सभी अष्टमहासिद्धि आपके द्वारा निश्चित रूप से व्यक्त हो पाएंगे। हिंदू लोगों के सामूहिक पैटर्न आत्मसंदेह को निकालने का वचन में मैं वेद माता देता हूँ। ना ही आम हिंदू लोग बल्कि हिंदू नेताओं को भी यह आत्मसंदेह है। मैं अष्टमा सिद्धियों के साथ लगातार चलते रहूँगा, केवल इस विश्व को ये दिखाने के लिए कि हमारे गुरुओं के जीवन में चमत्कार सत्य थे, वास्तविकता थे। मनुष्य का जीवन इतना शक्तिशाली है कि पूरी दिव्यता व्यक्त करने की क्षमता उस में हर पल है। भगवान का अनुभव आप इस क्षण कर सकते हैं। अभ्यायनम या लाभान्वित करने पर आधारित करने से जब आप दूसरों को लाभान्वित करते हैं, आप स्वयं लगातार लाभान्वित होते रहते हैं। जब भी आप एक नया सिद्धांत जीने लगते हैं, पहले कुछ दिन आपको उसे जीने का उत्साह होगा, किंतु कुछ दिन बाद आपकी उसमें रुचि नहीं रहती है। इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ, लाभान्वित कीजिए और उस उत्साह को जीवित रखिए। केवल लाभान्वित करने से आप जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। With this, I'll move to the next segment, Nirahara Samyama. सीधी तरह से बैठ जाइए और चेतना स्थिति के साथ कल्पना कीजिए आप बिड़दी वटवृक्ष बन गए हैं। इस कल्पना के साथ आप अपना दोनों नासिकाओं और मुंह के द्वारा सांस अंदर लीजिए। जितनी देर सांस को आप अपने अंदर बांध कर रख सकते हैं उतनी देर आप अपने अंदर सांस को बांध कर रखिए। जब आप सांस को और बांध कर नहीं रख पा रहे हैं तब आप अपने मुंह बांध रखकर सांस को अपनी दोनों नासिकाओं द्वारा धीरे से छोड़ दीजिए। आप में अपनी पूरे संपूर्ण श्रद्धा, उत्तरदायित्व और लाभान्वित करने के 4 तत्वों में के साथ आशीर्वाद देता हूँ कि आप सबकी कुंडलिनी शक्ति जागृत हो जाए और आप सब अपनी जीव ऊर्जा को सीधे आकाश और वायु से उत्पन्न करें। अब क्रिया आरंभ कीजिए और इस क्रिया को लगातार 21 मिनट तक कीजिए। All the Nirahara Samyama participants, please sit straight. Close your eyes. Cognize you have become Vidhi Kalpavriksha. Inhale through both the nostrils and the mouth. Hold as long as you can. Exhale through both the nostrils. Do this kriya for 21 minutes with my integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching. I bless you all. Let you all experience health, bliss and enlightenment by producing the energy directly from the sky, space and sun and nature. Namah Shivaya.
Inner awakening. Stunning health recoveries. 100% cure for depression, insomnia, asthma, fatigue, chronic pain, insecurity, panic attacks, and other major disorders. Awaken the Kundalini Shakti, the dormant energy within. What would you do if you had 1300% more energy? Disease-free mind and body is your first wealth. Claim it at Inner Awakening. Inner Awakening, a 21-day meditation retreat with rare living incarnation. Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Nithyananda Dhyanapita, Nithyananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru, Karnataka. Contact
0802 727 9999.
Email ia@nithyananda.org.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.